Veronica, as the questions we'll wait and see if we get, and they'll be at the end of the show. But I'd also like to establish a thing where if you want to give a message to the general population around the world, what would that be? Hold on.
Well, it is really important in the chaos, current reality that you're all in to not get caught up in all of the mishmash and the frenetic energy. And remember who you are in the midst of all that. Don't be influenced by any outside energy. Know within your heart who you are as a soul, what your belief system is, and how you plan to live your life. It's easy to get caught up in the tidal wave of stuff that happens in physical reality every single day. You are all powerful entities having a physical experience. Own it. Be it. Be who you are. Now, if you've forgotten who you are, it's incredibly important to sit each day and shut out all the noise and the frantic, screaming and yelling of the linear reality and get in touch again with where you are in your heart chakra. Who is that in there? And we think some of you might be a little lax in knowing, what your energy is all about. You are valuable. You are an omnipotent energy having a physical experience. Be that. And don't let anyone tell you can't or to tell you it's inappropriate to do so, because they are wrong. Be who you are at all times. And if it's in opposition of everybody around you, so be it. State who you are and then back up from it and say, all right, I'm not going to take any comments that are negative here. I wish to be in a reality that is conducive to my soul and brings forth an opportunity for me to have the most bountiful experience in this life. Not a less one, but a more one. You all live in a very volatile time frame. Don't slide into that. Be who you are. Put both feet on the ground and say, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing. Whatever that may be. Now, two of you are doing the exact same thing, which is an interesting thing. There's billions of you incarnate upon the planet at the moment, and all of you are doing very different things. You might line up and say, oh, well, I'm a part of this group, or oh, I'm part of that group. But at the end of the day, what you're really part of is your soul. And that's where you need to keep your focus. All this linear stuff will come and go. It's come and gone many times. But who you are as a soul is constant. Own it, be it, and appreciate it.
Thank you, Veronica. Veronica, who are you? What are you? And why are you here? For instance, you could be running the galaxies right now, different dimensions, running the streets, having fun, and yet you're here with us. Those are the three questions. Hold on.
Good day to all of you. We are Veronica, and we have been asked who we are. We are a causal plane entity with over 3,000 individual energies within that, which makes it a nice thing that we can call upon other perspectives and energies if someone asks us a question. It isn't just coming from us. It is coming from a conglomerate of 3,000. We do this because it's part of our evolution and part of our desire to be helpful to those who are stuck in a dense physical reality to find some clarity when they can't find it for themselves. We come here with the message of love and the ability to be honest and knowing within yourself. We wish very much for all to awaken, rather robotic, as one, gets up, goes through their day, the day ends, and then you go back and you do the same thing again without any idea of why you're here or what you're up to. We think you came here for the physical experience. Okay, we agree with that. But you also came here to be aware, to be looking outside of yourself a little bit for that spiritual connection, because it's the spiritual part of you that's participating in the physical linear to become more advanced and more expansive in its perspective. We think that all of you have the ability to tap into your spiritual self and live from that perspective with full conscious thinking rather than just sort of tromping through your day in a daze. It's much better to be aware, to know that there are things beyond your fingertips, to know that there are things that intersect physically but don't necessarily present themselves that way. And it's important for you to be aware enough to say, look at that. This is something that will help me and make me find comfort and growth in this physical life. So that is why we are here, dear.
Okay, well, I have another question, and that is, Veronica, a lot of people, especially in the beginning, say, well, how can you do a reading or a consultation with somebody who's halfway across the world? Don't you need a picture? Don't you need to see them in person? Don't you need to hold something that they own? Any of that stuff. Like, how can you do it? And then how can you possibly talk to them about, relationships, friends, and relatives and things? How is that possible? And is it true that you can do it?
Well, that perspective is very physically linear. We do not need to touch anything that you physically linear own or to look you in the eye, although we have looked some in the eye, and it's always delightful. But we are an energy. We are expanded way far beyond the physical reality, and we are able, let's say if someone's in the Ukraine, we are able, tonal inflection of their voice, be able to read their energy through any great distance, because for us it's not a great distance. It is linear to think such ways. So we'd say that being able to do what we do is because we are not physical. Now, we are using the physical form of the April Crawford merely for convenience. But we can move into anyone's energy should they just speak a word, and then the rest is history.
Thank you, Veronica.